The Israeli ambassador has taken the extraordinary step of publicly condemning Victorian Police for their failure to protect the traumatised families of Israeli hostages and victims when they visited Melbourne last week. Tonight, I can exclusively reveal that the Israeli ambassador, Amir Maimon, repeatedly requested that the Victorian Police Minister, Anthony Carbines, send a police presence to the Crowne Plaza hotel where the families of those kidnapped or murdered were staying. This request came after it's suspected that someone at the hotel leaked that the Israeli delegation was staying there, and then they came home after a function to this vile protest, not outside the hotel, but inside. And there were fake babies with fake blood on them that were thrown at their feet. The Victorian Police Minister, Anthony Carbines, refused the Israeli ambassador, Amir Maimon's request. He spoke to the Victorian Police Minister twice on Wednesday night, repeatedly requesting that police officers be deployed on the spot until the delegation departed, but he refused. Police failed to do this. They said they were still making inquiries. By comparison, I understand New South Wales Police were very quick to respond and provided close security throughout the delegation's stay in Sydney, right up until they departed for Israel. Now, I've been given this statement from the embassy. Ambassador Maimon expressed great disappointment at the inadequate response of the Victorian Police and the lack of sensitivity to the family members who are grieving their loved ones. Again, and I already made this point last week, but there's no reason to protest family members whose loved ones have either been murdered, and we spoke to a mother on Thursday night on this program. Her son Segev had been killed in the music festival. Tully was very emotional, shed tears. I know many of you cried along with me. Why would you be protesting a grieving mother like this? There's no reason. Now, the Victorian Police also didn't lift a finger when neo-Nazis protested in an intimidating fashion on the main street in Ballarat on the weekend. And a warning, if you haven't seen this already, it's triggering.
Australia for the white man! Australia for the white man! Hail victory! Hail victory! White man! Fight back! White man! Fight back! White man! Fight back!
Police did nothing to protect citizens, and Peter Dutton today said that the police should have taken strong action.
Nobody expects the police to operate outside of the law, but everyone expects the police to operate in accordance with the law. And the fact is that people have committed offences, and prosecution should take place because there should be a message of deterrence to others. Had there been arrests at the Sydney Opera House, would we have seen the events at Caulfield? If there had have been a deterrence of the events at Caulfield, would we have seen the intimidation that we're seeing in society at the moment?
And his point is right. Without police action against people who intimidate Australians, protesters are becoming more and more emboldened. People know that they can walk the streets threatening Jewish Australians and others, and that there'll be no consequences whatsoever. And by the way, this isn't just happening in Australia, it's global. Look at this disturbing vision that I'm about to show you from the prestigious University of Pennsylvania, where thousands of young students took to the streets, and you can actually hear them chanting Intifada. Listen to this.
I think they're saying Israelis must give... I don't know.
Now, the definition of intifada is a violent uprising, and it's historically included acts of terrorism. The fact that students are chanting this anti-Semitic nonsense is a very sorry state of affairs. There's a large number of Jewish students at UPenn University. CNN has reported that a Jewish legal rights advocacy group has alleged the University of Pennsylvania has violated federal civil rights law by allowing discrimination against Jews. And complaints have been already filed, not about this protest, but before it, with the US Department of Education, that the university has failed to keep Jewish students safe and are letting Jewish discrimination run rampant. The university is said to have become a hostile environment for Jews, with anti-Semitic messages projected onto university buildings.